Hello everybody, you're with the Emerald Bolt, and today's we're going to chop this episode review into two parts. I'm going to have part one, which is going to be about the episode itself, and we're going to have part two, which is about the contents, which could certainly affect a lot of fandoms and headcanons and canon lore. I will also have the season final song later on in the track, so there should be links on the video if you want to skip to these various sections, but otherwise let's get into it, shall we? Part 1. Review on My Little Pony Season 5 episodes 25 and 26, a cutie remark. As a season final in its own right, it was pretty bloody good. Even compared to some of the caliber season final endings that we've had for the other seasons, this has been pretty amazing. I liked the idea of Twilight and Spike being constantly sucked into another dimension, which just progressively got worse and worse and worse until, Twilight started to fight back. But even then, when she started to fight back, her physical strength, her magical prowess was matched by Starlight, which speaks volume for how powerful she is as a unicorn. Starlight could very well be the next Starswell the Bearded, except, just a female version of him. Because we all know from last season final against Tyrek that alicorn magic is insanely more powerful than a standard unicorn magic. So Starlight Glimmer being able to match Twilight shot for shot is pretty impressive. But we soon found out that no matter what Twilight managed to do, whether she tried to reason, she tried to interrupt, she tried to fight, the fight scene was good. I enjoyed the fight scene. It made no effect. It kept disrupting Rainbow Dash and stopped history. It altered it dramatically from what we saw. That from every single version of reality we dropped into, none of it was good. None of it. It was all terrible, which speaks a lot of how much the elements have had an effect upon Equestria in the latest stages. But it also kind of slightly miffs me to think that even if they didn't step up to the plate, that another group may have stepped up to the plate. I can see why they didn't do it for the purposes of the story, but lore-wise, it seems a bit silly that even though these six fillies never met, that, someone else would fill their shoes. It's a bit silly, but it didn't. That's just my personal criticisms. I don't think it detracted from the episode at all. As a pair of episodes, it was pretty bloody fantastic. Out of 10, I'm going to give it a 9. So, a near perfect score. Absolute fun. Spike did a great job as a supporting character. Twilight was regal and awesome and impulsive as normal. Starlight Shimmer played the bad guy role very well. It was fascinating to see the other main five in various roles throughout the various alternative realities doing their bit against the tyranny or against the enemy or something like that. It was very, very good to see all of that kind of stuff. I thoroughly sat there entertained for the full 42 or 44 minutes that it was on, and I'd do it again. That was an absolutely great way to cap off season 5 and definitely opened the doors for season 6. The possibilities of what are going to happen now is amazeballs. Now, part 2. The inside content and repercussions from what we saw in the actual episode. Now, if you've been paying attention, you know that I count everything shown within MLP episodes as canon, because it's the show. You can't get any more showy than the show, so it's canon. And all of these alternative realities, I believe, have just been made canon. Yes, we know that they don't exist technically because it was fixed by the end of the episode, but there were so many shout outs, and there was such a great return of all these different heroes and villains that it's gonna send the fandom a bit nuts with inspiration and new headcanon and new things. Like, the one thing I picked up on most that I didn't realize initially is that the last scene where Twilight is talking to Starlight Shimmer, blah blah, gotta get the words out right, that they're in Fallout Equestria. And if it's not Fallout Equestria, I don't know what it is, because sure as hell looks like mine. I do have to say that I called it. I said, like, it would be awesome to see the Changelings or King Sombra return, or maybe Nightmare Moon or stuff like that. It is actually on this video that I'm going to put up in the top corner. That one there is me calling it, okay? Not calling it directly, but calling it. Not what one boast, but anyway. What this episode opens up is so much stuff that's been added canonly to the Universal lore. So yet, so much more material people can use for inspiration in order to do what they want and make new content. It was amazing to see all of the villains come back, even if Terex was really, really short, and so was Discord. I mean, Discord didn't even get a line, but then, you know, there was a lot of work that went into those episodes, and it was a lot to fit in to, 44 minutes. If they had 3 episodes to do this season final, that would have been pretty cool. Just over an hour, yeah, they could have made some more stuff, but yeah, they only had 2 episodes to play with, so there's not much we can do about that. But it was amazing to see so much diversity within the characters, and like, I was on Equestria Daily the other day, and there's already like half a dozen artists that have done Rainbow Dash with a prosthetic wing, and I'm thinking, well, this is going to fuel the fire of fandom until season 6. I have a feeling we're going to weed out some of the, less committed fans, but it was great. The content within it and what it's going to add to the Universal canon and to what people can consider headcanon and other things is immense, and that is truly inspiring. Last but not least, we have the last song of the episode. Well, the only song of the episode, which is Friends Are Always There For You. I hope you enjoy, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Remember to subscribe, like, all those kinds of things. See you guys.
To teach you what I know. You'll have the power to make Equestria an even better place.
How do I start?
Starting is easy. All you have to do is make a friend. And you've got 7 of them right here.